address the nation. Reporting from ABC News headquarters in New York, Peter Jennings.
Good evening. The President and Mrs. Reagan are just about to make what they regard as a very important speech to the nation. The subject is illegal drugs in the USA. It is Mrs. Reagan's interest in drugs which has helped fire up the President.
Good evening. Usually I talk with you from my office in the West Wing of the White House, but tonight...
In 1986, a year after ecstasy was made illegal, the government mounted a new anti-drug initiative.
I will announce tomorrow a series of new proposals for a drug-free America.
No effort of its kind had ever been introduced with more fanfare than the Reagan administration's Just Say No campaign.
So open your eyes to life, to see it in the vivid colors that God gave us as a precious gift to his children, to enjoy life to the fullest and to make it count. Say yes to your life, and when it comes to drugs and alcohol, just say no.
No event displays the failure of Just Say No more than a rave.
This is a youth culture that was 50% based on music and 50% based on a drug, period. I'm 30. I'm part of this generation who have grown up with Just Say No and Nancy Reagan and all the rest of it. I mean, Just Say No, it just seemed like a joke by the time ecstasy got on the scene.
Rave was driven by a new kind of electronic dance music, moving at 140 beats per minute.
When you take music that is a new frontier and you add ecstasy to the equation, it was limitless.
Repetitive, electronic music sounds wonderful on ecstasy.
The drug combines the effects of amphetamine, speed, with those of a mild psychedelic. You can dance all night and your sensory perceptions are tuned way up.
Anybody who's done ecstasy knows music is tremendously enhanced. It's a sensory enhancer, and we're all about sensory experiences these days.
There are definitely those moments at raves where everyone's out on the dance floor and everyone's just feeling the music, and it's like it goes, 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 and then it's there and everyone's feeling it and you're all united and you feel it with everyone else, and it's just amazing.
This is Frankie Bones. He's a New Yorker who's often called America's godfather of rave. In the late 1980s, he was producing dance records that had caught on with young people in Britain.
If you were hip in 88, 89, and you were from the UK just starting out as a DJ, you played American records. So I'd have on the dance charts 5 or 6 records in the charts at a time. It was crazy.
In 1989, ecstasy had become wildly popular in Britain. It had all but disappeared in the United States. But criminal organizations were now manufacturing it in Europe. Millions of British youth were taking ecstasy and listening to American dance music at huge underground parties they christened raves.
I get a phone call, do you want to come play a party for 5,000 people in London? I'm thinking, 5,000 people, this is insane. Let's go. We didn't get up on stage till the sun started coming up, and it was like 25,000 people at this party. I've never seen, it was just a sea of people.
It was a sea of people on ecstasy.
I remember being on the plane, and these 25,000 people are inside my head dancing around, and I'm like, how the hell could I ever even begin to recreate what I just experienced?
I want to thank all the stormtroopers in the house.
But he did recreate them in warehouses and empty buildings in the outer boroughs of New York City. He called them storm raves.
We never did 25,000 people, but when I did a 5,000 person party, it was the most underground event that the East Coast of America ever saw.
Rave kind of started in the East with people like Frankie Bones, and it started in the West in San Francisco, and then it kind of moved closer and closer and closer to the middle. By about 1993, you pretty much had a rave scene in almost every state in the U.S.
Which meant that ecstasy, most of it smuggled in from Europe, was soon in every state. From the late 1980s to the mid-1990s, millions of people were introduced to ecstasy. They called it the hug drug.
It was fantastic. I mean, everyone was just positive and friendly towards each other. Really quite a world I'd never seen before.
It's an experience with substance where there's intimacy and connection beyond what you have in normal daily life.
People who I never thought I would click with, I click with. People who I would normally not go up to and probably talk to, I talk to.
Just Say No didn't begin to deter this group. This was a growing youth movement that combined dance and drugs and managed to exist for almost a decade with virtually no government response.
The first time I came across ecstasy was in August of 1995. And ecstasy back then wasn't even on the DEA radar. This was something totally new and something totally different. We actually had to educate ourselves and educate our managers and supervisors.